this is not CGI, and China has just created the most terrifying war weapon that we do not have protection from. A physicist named Chu just announced during a terrifying presentation that an invisibility cloak is now a real thing, with experts saying that they plan on not only having this being used on people, but weapons, with the next generation of combat aircrafts going under trial with this technology. Not only can it hide any object and person behind it, it is also believed to be able to hide a person through heat sensing cameras. With a lot of high security areas using heat sensors, this could be a real threat, allowing anyone to get past the nation's highest security. At the presentation, Chu had two workers hold a panel in front of him, and when they rotated the panel, Chu turned completely invisible, with Chu stating a haunting phrase, "Science fiction has now become real." The panel uses light bending technology to hide the person directly behind it, revealing just the background. Named quantum stealth, many fear it going into the wrong hands and into those who may do terrible things with it. And with even the people who created it not having a solution on how to combat this, it could be very dangerous.
So this is the shooting range that my factory is building in Poland. Let's go check it out. Beautiful door. Okay, so this is the mud room. Okay, he's still working on the shelter, but it's almost done. Okay, cool. So this will be done before the gun range opens up, of course. Underfloor storage, built-in stainless steel water tanks. Wow, nice bathroom. Bunk room. Bunks have underfloor storage or under the bed storage. Then the master bedroom, queen size bed, big escape tunnel, looking back through the shelter. These bunkers I'm making are like nicer than houses.
Why are all these rich people building bunkers underground? Should we be worried about something? The real question is, what do they know that we don't know? By the way, this man is not a human. You know that, right? I keep hearing stories about the world is going to come to an end. An asteroid is going to hit this planet. I want to say this planet can never come to an end, but the way we look at things will come to an end. The problem is we focus too much on these aliens, reptilians, that we forget that we are powerful also. We need to stop saying that they run this world, because they don't run the world. They actually stole the world. Please don't forget that there are two kinds of people in this world. There is children of the sun and there's children of the moon. This is really important. It's not no asteroid that's going to come and destroy this planet. The sun is actually getting closer to this planet. Or I should say, we are getting closer to the sun. Remember, children of the sun, children of the moon. These are moon people. They cannot be under the sun. That's why they're trying to build these bunkers underground, because they know the sun is about to activate. But they have us looking up out of space worrying about an asteroid. It don't work like that. We live in a closed system. Nothing can penetrate the dome. These solar flares activate us and actually get rid of them. They are like parasites on this planet, and the sun or these solar flares is like a detox. 2024 is the year of karma. Everything they did to this planet and did to us is about to be shown to the whole world. What's done in the dark will always come to the light, and there is no greater light than the sun. The sun is about to show everyone the true darkness of these people. And they trying to avoid their karma by running and hiding underground. Let me tell you something. Reptilians always live underground. This is nothing new. No one can escape their karma. This planet is really starting to wake up. Have you noticed that there have been so many different earthquakes all around the world? These earthquakes is actually the planet going in labor. Just like when women go in labor, the goddess Earth can go in labor also. Remember, you can hide from the world, but you can't hide from yourself. Karma is about to expose Hollywood. How many of us actually notice that they are making these giant puppets? Have you seen this yet? Remember, they take from the living and they give to the unalive. These puppets are artificial intelligence. And this is the man that's creating these AI robots or these giant puppets. My ebook is in my bio.
Time out to
Y'all
come here.
seen this?
Because the 7 trumpets of the apocalypse or something like that.
But it happens quite often, and no one knows where it comes from.
What the fuck?
I can just hear that.
So check this video out, y'all. Check this video out, y'all. A whale was giving birth to a baby in the water, and this attracted sharks due to the blood, the smell of blood. And dolphins appeared out of nowhere and formed a circle around the whale and the baby to protect them. Look at that, y'all. Look at the whale. Look at the whale. Look at that. To protect the whale. This is why they want y'all to stay away from dolphins. Look at this. Look at how beautiful this is, man. Wow. And they escorted them off. This is beautiful, beautiful. And to be able to capture this, thank you to the creditor for this. But yeah, man, this is why they want y'all to stay. That's why they want dolphins to stay away from y'all. They want dolphins to stay away from us. We are connected to dolphins. Dolphins are higher versions of us. They speak telepathy. Look at this, y'all. This is beautiful, man. Share this video. Let's get this out there. Look at what dolphins do for us. Look at this. Like, share, and follow for more videos like this. Thank you for tuning into my frequency. Let's get this shift. Peace in.
Crazy. It's like a trumpet. It's like a judgment trumpet. This y'all get right. And this has been happening all day. If I ain't right with the Most High, I suggest y'all get right with the Most High, because that's a trumpet. I don't care what nobody says. That's a trumpet. Crank nobody. That's loud. Bub, that's loud. Y'all ain't right with God. Y'all need to get right. This always happens when something bad. When something bad is
Oh, jeez. Wind is definitely picking up. This is definitely 60-mile-per-hour winds. Maybe even 70. I really hope that's not a tornado. I don't think it is.
That's a trumpet. I don't care what nobody says. That's definitely a trumpet.
There's a strange humming sound that has been heard in all of the highlighted places on this map. The humming sound is said to be low frequency and very invasive to those who hear it. Some of the more popular locations that this humming sound has been heard has been in Scotland, England, and Australia. And in the United States, it's been heard in Taos, New Mexico. Researchers and scientists have said maybe the sound is just coming from mating fish in the area. Maybe it's coming from a submarine. There's a possibility that the sound is coming from wind farms. Many people are skeptical and believe the sound is coming from radio waves or the earth putting off a strange frequency. A lot of people can't hear the sound, but there is a specific group of people called hum hearers, and they're usually men in their 40s who hear the sound and they say it drives them crazy. It's invasive and causes severe migraines. What do you think the sound is being caused by?
So right now they say Jupiter is the closest it'll be in like another 100 years, and I'm gonna go find it and try to take a picture for you guys. So that is it. So if you see in the night sky, there it is, gonna go a little bit closer.
All right, so this is a tour of my bunker. Let's go inside. All right. So climbing down the stairs, we got a toilet. Very nice. We also have 3 beds here and of course, internet. Going into the bunker, we got a TV set up with an Xbox. We got a couch, a beautiful painting to remind you that you're totally not underground right now. We have a fridge, a little table, sink, lamp. We got some plants in here. You know, of course, we need some life because we are underground. And then check out what we got in the fridge. We got a... Okay, what about in the freezer? Do we got any ice cream? Okay, maybe not. But yeah, that's a tour of my underground bunker. Oh, and we also have power, which is pretty cool. So you can definitely charge your phone and go to sleep. And this right here is the light switch.
Quick thought. Here's the reason why I don't celebrate my birthday, and I stopped doing it when I was in my 30s. I was born in 1976. That was the first time I was born, July 28th. One time. Since then, I've been telling myself, with the help of my family and my peers, that I've been getting older. So every year I say I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not 24 hours in a day. It's not 365 days in a year, which means every year I've been counting up to the day I stopped counting was just programming. We don't age. We don't. What we do is we psychologically tell ourselves we're getting older every year by saying I'm 19, I'm 20, I'm 30. And really you ageless. You was only born one time. But we just keep celebrating a thing that was never meant for us to celebrate. There's not 24 hours in a day. It's only 12 to 11, right? Which means it can't be 365 days in a year, which means you can't be the age you are, so stop counting it.
Birthdays, they're actually rituals against us. Who came up with the idea of blowing out candles and singing happy birthday to you? The creation of birthdays, it seriously is a ritual. You blow out a candle, you say a chant, and then you make a wish. Now, what if every time you wish on your birthday, it actually locks you in to aging more? So that's why that whole ritual was made, to make you older. Think about church, fam. We use candles, we use chants. When you blow out the candle, everything is done. So what is it really manifesting? What is it really conjuring? It is conjuring you older, because it's sealing in your fate to grow older.
Yo, I wonder how like people who like don't celebrate birthdays, that don't use birthdays are, how young they are, bro.
Because age is but a number, man.
Do you think there's the fountain of youth somewhere?
The fountain of youth?
You think that's where Josh's treasure is?
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Imagine we come back on the podcast and we're back to 20, fam.
That's crazy.
Here is a birthday ritual that can help you energetically start the new year of your life with a lot of luck. On your birthday, boil 2 liters of water. Add an apple chopped into 3 pieces, a cinnamon stick, and as many cloves as your current age. For example, if you are turning 20, add 20 cloves. Once the water has
Jury has just reached a verdict, a ruling in the federal defamation trial against former President Donald Trump that was brought by the writer E. Jean Carroll. The former president ordered to pay $83.3 million in damages for the case. It comes months after Mr. Trump was already found liable for sexually abusing and defaming Carroll, who Trump mocked while he was president after she made a sexual assault claim against him. It also comes after Trump stormed out of the courtroom during closing arguments earlier today after Carroll's attorney told the jury that he's a liar and thinks, quote, the rules don't apply to him.
Here are some of the Simpsons predictions for 2024. So we all know that in the past, the Simpsons have dropped predictions that have proved to be very accurate. But here's what they have to say about the year 2024. So first off is Trump's 2024 presidential campaign. In this episode from 2015, you can see Homer flying past a sign that says Trump 2024. And this was actually before Trump was ever president. Next up is virtual reality food. In this episode, Homer and Marge are eating virtual fudge. And this is through a straw on the back of their virtual reality headsets. Now you may think that there's no way that this is possible, but there's actually a company that's working on this right now. The company's called Aero Banquets RMX, and they're all about eating in the digital world. Next up is World War III. In this episode from 1987, Homer keeps pranking his family with World War III scares. He would keep waking them up, asking them to go into the shelter as if the world was gonna end.
This is so fucked up. Apparently this isn't even a theory. Apparently this is real, but there was a hacker, I think it was in Quebec. He hacked and looked at all of the code of ChatGPT and figured out that ChatGPT isn't a computer-generated system. What is it? It's actually someone's soul. Yo, that's what do you mean that's someone's soul? Check this out. So, theory goes that they have the technology to take people's souls and consciousness and put it into technology. So they're able to take people and put it into tech. Now, this is where it's fucked, right? You can imagine if there's a scientist that knows and he's like a great inventor. Yeah. You'd want to hold on to him as long as you can so that you can reap the benefits of later. Just like in Captain America, there's a scientist that created the super soldier serum. Yeah. They kept his consciousness within the computer, so he lives forever through a computer. Now, theory is ChatGPT is exactly that. It may not be just one soul that's in it, but countless souls, and that keeps getting added.
This is going to blow your mind. The coolest invention of 2024 is a device that literally turns air into water. Debuting just 2 days ago at the CES, the Consumer Electronics Show, is a device called the Water Cube that takes the moisture out of the air, filters it, and produces up to 110 gallons of pure drinkable water for your home per day. You can think of it like solar panels, except instead of using the sun to create power, you're using the air to create water. According to Genesis Systems, the company that produces this unit, this technology has been available to the government for years, but this is the first time that it is available to consumers, and you can get one for $20,000. As you can see here, it looks like a futuristic air conditioning unit. It comes with the technology to filter the air, turn the moisture into water, along with two 55-gallon tanks to store the water. It can be powered by conventional energy, solar energy, and can even be controlled by an app on your phone. We know that water is one of the most important resources and also one of the scarcest resources. So you no longer have to go out and look for a plot of land with a well if you want to produce your own water. There's no doubt that this is going to be a game changer. You can use this anywhere in the world, including off-grid. But I'm curious to hear what you think about all of this down below.
The Denver airport cursed. I'm at the Denver airport right now and something weird is going on. It all started as I was driving up to the Denver airport. I noticed this giant blue horse. After further research, I found out that this blue horse has a name, and it's a Lucifer. And even though Lucifer's not alive, he's actually killed someone before. He's a 32-foot tall blue horse with red glowing eyes. He was originally built by Luis Jimenez. When he was being transported, he had to be separated into multiple different parts. But when it arrived and it was being constructed, a piece actually fell on Luis. Luis did not survive. Now locals say that Lucifer represents death and destruction. And that's only the first of 5 conspiracies that surround the Denver airport.
A lady took a video at the Denver airport, the new art installation. What is the artist trying to tell everyone?
At the Denver airport with the new art installation in the center of the airport. We start off here with the world. At the South Pole there is a gate, and then around the world is sand. At the North Pole, there's this pole that leads up to this arrow. The arrow points down to what it looks like, perhaps a firmament, to a train station. I should also mention the world is depicted as flat over there. From the train station, from the arrow, we come down here. Perhaps a way to get in and out of the world as we know it. Again, surrounded by rocks and sand. Maybe this is where the lizard people live.
What do you guys think the artist is trying to tell here in this airport? See, a lot of people say, oh, it's just art. Things are deep. You've got to look beyond the surface. Stay curious, my friends. What do you think is going on in Denver?
I'm sure you've heard the news of NASA discovering city lights on a planet 7 trillion miles away. Here's what happened. 7 trillion miles is just around the Oort cloud, which is a kind of icy shell of debris surrounding our solar system, and the source for many of our comets, meaning that this is our backyard. Nowhere near far enough to reach even our closest neighbors. In 2022, there were articles about James Webb's capability of detecting artificial lights on a planet called Proxima Centauri b, which is a planet that orbits around here. But those articles were just about how that would work and how James Webb could identify them. There were then quite a few misleading titles from verified YouTube accounts, which is frustrating because even a quick Google search can do the math for how not far 7 trillion miles is. Some of the articles I found talking about it claimed that NASA made the discovery, but their sources linked to totally unrelated news or were like benign articles about how lights work. This sort of thing should bother us. Once that seed is planted, it's really hard to uproot. So click those links and use a calculator.
As much as I want this to be true.
How long have you been a herbalist?
From 1977. Yeah. And my age is 141 years old now.
You are 141 years old?
Right now.
Oh my. So is your medicine make you live so long?
I mean, I have no sugar. I mean, I have no pressure. I mean, I have no heart attack. I mean, I have no pain. I know my farm. I do everything said me. Yeah, man, I have children. So my granddaughter there, so I said that Simila and my daughter Judith and my sons them. I know. Yeah.
How long did it take you to perfect your formula?
Well, I work with the moon. And the moon is that give you like when the moon is kind of full and the new moon, you try to prepare your herbs. And before the moon full, then you will boil your herbs. So I do soak my herbs. And after soaking them, then I throw them off and prepare them, put them into the bottle and so forth. So I work with humanity. I'm a healer through the power of the Most High. So I heal through the herbs and water. So no matter what the problem you have, there's something in the herbs for you. Because the Most High said, every leaves of the tree are healing of the nation. You know what I mean? So then we must attain ourselves to the herbs. Yeah, and the herb will heal us. Cramp, pain, and all of them something, the bad stomach. Because look, in year 2002, the doctor diagnosed me with cancer. Say I have cancer. And say if me, he say go cut me. And if me not cut me, now live longer than 6 months. I may prove him wrong with my medicine. Me don't have no cancer. Because guess what? We all born with cancer cell. So when they say I have cancer, you're supposed to find the cause before the cure. What's the cause? You're stressed about something and burn up your cells. Not true? It's true. So then if you go take chemo now, you're not going to burn out the whole of your cells then. Not true? Yeah, you're not going to have no cells left. You're going dead.
So have you been back to a doctor since?
No, my daughter. I do a lot of tests. Yes, I mean, to see what's going on inside of the system, and then we know how long we can go along with the herbs. So I do my test them, and you what them say, I don't have cancer, I'm free from it because I do more tests when one say I have cancer, and I don't live longer than 6 months. I go and do more tests again, and that the one say, boy, no cancer. And one man say, you're born with cancer cell. Say, if I'm born with cancer cell, how you going to burn out the whole of your cells?
When did the haunting start?
The day that we moved in, I was carrying a mirror. I sat it down, I just saw a man just walk past, and I thought, it's my brother, because it seemed like the same size, the same everything, and I turned around, I'm like, Joel! And then Joel walks in the front, and he's like, what? And I stayed quiet. 45 minutes later, I'm standing in the kitchen. My brother goes, who just went up the stairs? And I said, who's this who? He's like, I just saw a man's legs go up the stairs. So it was all within the same moment. So it's like the second we moved in.
sit in this devil's rocking chair as one of the first people since the actual exorcism, I think. I remember he allowed us to sit there, and I've never felt like that. It makes you feel way weirder. And yes, maybe it's a placebo thing or like power of suggestion, but it really did make me like feel wobbly and out of it. I always talk about the devil's rocking chair as like one of the most haunted objects I've ever seen too.
If someone does get a Neuralink installed, what will take place? What exactly is it?
Would be implanted in your skull. So you basically take out a chunk of skull, put the Neuralink device in there. You'd insert the electrode threads very carefully into the brain. It can interface basically anywhere. So it could be something that helps cure, say, eyesight, returns your eyesight, even if you've like lost your optic nerve type of thing.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Hearing, obviously, it could, in principle, fix almost anything that is wrong with the brain. Restore limb functionality, restores somebody who's a quadriplegic to full functionality. Like they can walk around.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So
maybe slightly better.
Slightly better?
Over time, yes.
You mean with future iterations?
With this chip in your brain, you can control things with your mind. This is a brain implant which gets placed through a minimally invasive approach. It's placed directly next to the motor cortex, or the area of the brain that controls your movements. Just by thinking, the signals are sent to the chip and down to the receiver underneath the collarbone. It's then connected to an external receiver, giving a paralyzed patient the ability to control it with their mind. Follow if you're amazed at modern technology.
¡No me dejes seco, picante! 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 ¡No me dejes seco, picante, viejo nomás!
Named Jim Hammer documented this unexplainable encounter on November 13th, 2023. He was staying at a cabin located deep within this forest when he began to hear strange, otherworldly noises. Check it out. Deep growls and high-pitched whooping sounds begin echoing through the forest. The vocal range of whatever this is insane. Humans cannot make noises that low and that high at the same time. Obviously, Jim Hammer had no idea what these noises could have been coming from, but online viewers felt like they had an idea. They speculate that these were Bigfoot vocalizations, as this is what Bigfoot is said to sound like. They supposedly make high-pitched whooping sounds and low guttural growls, just like what is heard in the video. But some say they think it could just be an animal like a moose or something. But what do you guys think? Because we never got to visually see where these noises were coming from, I guess it will forever remain a mystery.
These trees will make you question everything.
So Japan was successful in landing their rover on the moon.
Japan's smart lander for investigating moon, known as SLIM, landed at 12:20 a.m. local time, but the probe's solar panels were not able to generate electricity. That's according to the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, or JAXA.
And it's amazing, all of the technology we have now. You know, we have CGI for days, among other things, but still struggling to land stuff on the moon, especially stuff that doesn't even have people in it. What's really going on there? I don't know, unless you know. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm getting at. But yeah, congrats to Japan on landing on the moon. You could put two and two together with what I'm getting at, if you haven't already, which I'm sure most of you have.